Jill, the Autistic Empath. This is a new channel for me. I do another channel to do with psychic readings, but this one for me is coming straight from my heart because I've just found out in my own way, not by the medical people, but self-diagnosed as an autistic. And these are the reasons why I think and believe wholeheartedly that this is the case, that I have been autistic all my life, and just realised 59 years later that this is the case. It's been like a multitude of light bulbs in the last couple of months, light bulb after light bulb after light bulb, listening to other people's channels, doing the online tests, and remembering back, remembering all sorts of things and situations and the way that I was as a kid, growing up all the way through my life, and thinking, why didn't I realise this, at least some years ago. My grandson is autistic and has got a diagnosis. We knew that was the case. He's a teenager now. I've sort of read a little bit about autism, and other people have come to my knowledge over these last years, people around me that I've thought, yeah, this person is autistic, even though I didn't think I was. And the reason I didn't think I was that I am empathic, and it was kind of there in front of you that these people don't feel that they understand other people, they don't feel what other people feel. They can't make head nor tail of other people's emotions and how they might be feeling. Well, that's very much not the case with me. It is exactly the opposite, actually, because I very much feel strongly empathic. I can sort of feel what other people are feeling, even if they're not showing it on the face. Quite often I can get a download of what someone is feeling and be like, not even showing it in the tone of voice or anything, and I kind of pick up on a situation. I won't say it usually, but sometimes I might if it's somebody close to me. And yet, I still can be autistic because of all the other things, that the way I'm thinking, the way that my brain is wired. Yeah, that's why I am sort of doing this video thing, because the YouTube channel, because I feel like I want to explore the avenues basically, and to come into contact with other people and let other people have their say about what they think and feel as well. On the channel, I know there's quite a lot of other channels as well, but I just feel that being empathic as well, I just wanted to explore not just that, but lots of other different topics to do with autism. So, other reasons why I feel that I am on the autistic spectrum. Right, something to do with the way that I am socially. I try my hardest to be normal when I'm speaking to people, and I can't make much eye contact. I didn't realise this was the case, but I've been thought about it, and the way that I've been recently, it's definitely not easy for me, and it is kind of a bit of a staring into people's eyes is kind of not something that I enjoy. It feels a little bit like they're looking right into my soul, and like I'm being nosy about their soul. That's strange, but that's the way I feel about that. And socially, I just feel like I'm judging everything I do when I'm talking to people. So it's like I feel that they're thinking this particular thing about me. So I can't really concentrate on how I'm talking to other people. Sometimes I get into it a bit, into a conversation, and it's alright, but sometimes I'm kind of just so judgmental about what I'm doing and whether I'm doing it right. Sometimes I can't process what their questions are and what we're saying. It's kind of like something else is going on in my brain at the same time. So sometimes it's not easy, social situations. The more that other people will talk, the more I can relax. When it becomes time for me to actually do the talking in social situations, I tend to get a little bit, scared of putting my foot in it, and I don't think I've really done a lot of that, but I very highly mask all the social situations, very highly mask it, I've realised. I'm always trying to appear, smiley and happy, and that I'm taking things in and, making facial gestures. I'm such a people pleaser, and then my mask will let me down sometimes, and then I must look really down. Some people will say, are you feeling all right today? Because, I'm exhausted from it all, basically. It's what I've realised is why I am so tired such a lot, is because I've been, over trying, to be something I'm not, masking it so much. It brings me really down in energy levels and what have you. The empath bit is quite nice sometimes, because if other people are excited, looking forward to something, I can really feel it inside as if it's me. So that's really nice, because I kind of get their excitement within me. It's like their energy is put on me, which at that point is pretty good. It's just if their energy is quite low, then I can really become low myself, even though it's not really my stuff. But also, I just very highly people please, and it's really not a good thing. I've got to get out of that habit, I really have. But I really don't really know who I am. I kind of do, because over the last few years I've been, going into the spiritual side of me. I've been going into, psychic readings and spiritual side of me very deeply. I've always been interested in the psyche of people and, how people work. But I seem to understand other people a lot more than I understand myself. I've realised that when it comes to me, I don't quite understand what my motives are for doing, or I haven't done so far, apart from the fact that now a lot of it I'm realising is to do with the autism. And a lot of the years I've just not really understood myself and why, I've thought, why am I so different? Why do I do things this way? Why do I pretend to be somebody that I'm not? I must be a bad person really, because I'm not being me. I'm trying to hide myself from other people. Why would I want to do that? It's because I'm afraid of other people judging me harshly, and I think that that's what's happened when I was a kid. I don't remember massively being judged. I just remember when I was little, it was always, oh, you're very quiet. I used to hide behind my mum all the time. You're very quiet. She's very quiet, isn't she? And I used to feel really boring and odd towards my friends. They were always, so full of energy at doing funny things and playing things, and I'd just be, I'd like to stand and watch them rather than actually play, which is one of the traits. And I just always felt like I was different, and I felt like I had to be like them, like other people, like normal people. But what's normal? Now, as I've got older, it's not too bad. It is and it isn't, because now I realise that you can be a bit more, weird and, and carry it through. But as a child, as an adolescent, wow, no. All you want to do is fit in. And I can remember asking, why am I so different? Why can't I be the same as all my friends? And this is as a teenager, probably about 16, 17. And I was thinking, why am I so different? Why are they like this and I'm like that? And another trait is stimming that I do. I didn't really think that I did any of it, but I realise now there is a little bit with my hands. But I used to rock back and forth when I was a child. And I'd totally forgotten about it until I saw about stimming. I used to rock backward and forth, and somebody used to say to me, stop doing that. So I couldn't figure out why, but I didn't really ask why at the time. I was only young. And then when I was at school one day, I can remember starting to do this, rocking back and forth, and then I suddenly thought, is anybody looking at me? I'm not supposed to be doing that. And I can remember thinking I shouldn't be doing that, I'm going to get in trouble. I was really a little bit afraid that someone would tell me off. They didn't do, but I don't think I did it long enough for anybody to notice. In those days when you were told that, you know, somebody will cut you off if you're doing something that's a bit unusual, where you look like, you know, there's something wrong with you, like you're going a bit mad or something. That was the feeling in those days. So that's why you were told not to do things, you know. And I still like to do a bit of movement back and forth, and you know, it's not always when I'm anxious. It can be when I'm anxious, and it can be just sort of, I sometimes think that I've got ADHD as well, a little bit. And I kind of can't keep still. My brain's constantly functioning from one thing to another as well. So I do have times when, with special interests, where I can go very deep into one thing, and I can forget the time totally, and you know, those things that I really enjoy. They do change over time, though, swap and change, but there are things that I've enjoyed all the way through my life. And there's been different things that have been, you know, overpoweringly and overwhelmingly what I've been interested in for so long, you know, could be for weeks, months or years at the time. And also I do find it difficult to remember the names of things, you know, everyday objects that I know very well, I can just suddenly forget. And at one point I thought, I wonder if I'm getting early dementia or something, you know, I really sort of thought. And I know that this happens to me if I get overwhelmingly anxious about things, you know, which, you know, I do at times. Then, you know, words don't come easily. And also when I'm speaking on a camera or something, or in front of people, even just one-on-one, I can't remember certain words. I'm a bit word blind in some ways. However, I'm also, when I get into the zone, I can just download, you know, I could write a book, I could write a poem, I could write a song lyric-wise, because it just pours out of me. And yet other times I get, my mind just blocks off. I'm halfway through a sentence and I forget what I was about to say, or I just forget a word particularly. So I do feel that is something to do with the autism as well. If you think you know about that one, you could write down below, you know, in the comments that this is something that you have also, or you know about as an autistic trait, and you wouldn't mind. Thank you. So that's just a few traits that I find applicable to me. There's lots more, of course, and of course, you know, there's lots of many traits that can be in with your autism. And of course, I'd love to hear from you, you know, if you'd like to comment in any which way. Obviously, I'm not fully diagnosed. I don't know whether I'm going to go down that avenue, because I know it's a long way to go with this. And also, I think I'm a little bit scared that they're going to say to me, no, you're not autistic. And I'm thinking, yeah, I think I know I am, you know. I would kind of disagree with them anyway. I just feel that I know innately that that's what is going on with me, even if it doesn't show, because I've had so many years of just masking. So if you'd like to comment, or if you'd like to join in with me in some way, I'd be very happy for you to do that. And thank you so much if you managed to watch this. It's a little bit boring, I think, me going on about my thing, but I'd like to just do other subjects and see what is what, and explore other avenues to do with this. And some of them will be on a spiritual basis as well, is what I feel to do. So thank you anyway, and much love to you, and hope that everything goes well for you to do with your autism, or to do with your loved one's autism.